Hello and welcome to the Read Aloud for the Weathering Test. Number 1. Soil is a necessary resource for humans since it is made up of many layers of sediment, prevents water from breaking down rocks, supports the growth of plants, holds sunlight inside Earth. Number 2. Weathering is the physical or chemical breakdown of water, humus, rocks, or chemicals. Number 3. Tropical, desert, temperate, and Arctic soils all have different characteristics because of their different landforms, soil profiles, horizons, or abrasions. Question number 4. Low mineral content and a thin humus layer characterize the soil of tropical climates. Tropical soil tends to have thick A horizons, be dark brown in color, be high in weathered organic matter, or be bad or unsuitable for growing most crops. Number 5. Chemical weathering changes rocks through physical forces that break rock down, chemical reactions that change the rock's composition, abrasion that wears rocks down, or exfoliation that causes flaking. Number 6. How does ice cause the weathering of rocks? Water freezes and expands as ice inside the cracks of rocks. Ice prevents rocks from forming in cold areas. Ice falls as hail and seeps into rocks. Ice freezes rocks and protects them against wind and rain. Number 7. Plant roots cause mechanical weathering by breaking apart a rock, changing a rock's composition, wearing down a rock by friction, or causing thin layers to break off. Number 8. By breaking down rocks with their roots, plants commonly cause chemical weathering, mechanical weathering, desertification, or terracing. Number 9. The process in which something is worn down by rubbing one object or surface against another is called exfoliation, abrasion, rotation, or tumbling. Number 10. Chemical weathering changes a rock's texture, composition, exfoliation, or pore space. Number 11. A fast-flowing river wears away small particles from the rocks in its bed. This is an example of exfoliation, abrasion, desertification, or rotation. Number 12. Which of the following affects the rate at which a rock weathers? Surface area, texture, pore space, or contour? Number 13. Acid rain causes chemical weathering by dissolving minerals in rocks, wearing away the surface of rocks, tumbling rocks against each other, or freezing and expanding in rocks. Number 14. Which climate type has conditions for the fastest chemical weathering? Cold and wet, cold and dry, hot and wet, or hot and dry? Number 15. You're examining a soil sample that is black in color. It is likely that your sample has a high acid content, consists entirely of sand, does not have any pore space, or has a high humus content. Number 16. Weathered rock particles and organic matter typically make up the largest portion of the C horizon, which is the deepest layer of the soil, B horizon, which contains material washed down from above, A horizon, which is the upper layer of the soil, or layer of material on the surface of the ground. Number 17. A farmer spreads lime on his soil to make it less acidic. He is changing his soil's climate, parent rock, pore space, or chemistry. Number 18. Construction and development often results in a loss of pore space, the loss of soil, an increase in humus, or an increase in plant cover. Number 19. Once every few years, a farmer plants bean crops instead of wheat in her fields. The farmer is practicing soil conservation through terracing, conservation tillage, crop rotation, or wind breaking. Number 20. A rock will weather more quickly in a hot, wet environment than a cold, dry environment. This is an example of how climate affects soil formation, climate affects rock formation, landforms affect soil formation, or landforms affect rock formation. Number 21. In a soil profile, most organic materials found in the C horizon, which is the deepest layer of the soil, B horizon, which contains material washed down from above, A horizon, which is the upper layer of the soil, or the layer of dead leaves on the surface of the ground. Number 22. Most of the matter that breaks down to form humus comes from minerals, plants, rocks, or clay. Number 23. It is difficult for water to move through soil that has little or no pore space, a high sand content, mostly large particles, or many earthworms and ant homes. Number 24. The way that water in the soil dissolves nutrients depends upon a terracing of the soil, chemistry of the soil, pore space of the soil, or texture of the soil. Question number 25. Which of the following statements about soil is true? Soil is an unlimited resource. Soil naturally forms at a rapid rate. Soil forms at the same rate everywhere. Or soil supports the growth of plants. Please do not forget, when you are finished with your test, please click the Submit Quiz button and wait for further instructions.